Well, you're getting music. Now you're not. Hello, friends. Welcome to Friday night. My name is Becca, and in tonight's live stream, I have no idea what I am going to sew. You ever have one of those moments where you're like, I want to sew something, or perhaps I ought to sew something because know you have tons of projects to do, but for some reason you just can't figure out what it is you want to work on? Yeah, that's me tonight. And it's totally my fault because I literally lounged around the house until literally the last minute and didn't prep a project or anything. But I have gotten some stuff done. In fact, that pile over there are items that I have pulled off of my long arm. And you're going to see those in Tuesday's vlog video. So make sure to come back on Tuesday to see what that pile looks like, because I'm quite proud of it. All of those were quilted on a single 108 wide back. I'll give you all the details in the vlog. So, Math Geek says, yep, totally understand that feeling. It's like when you're hungry, but you can't decide what you want, right? Like, it's not like I have a shortage of fabric or projects to work on. I'm just kind of not sure what to do right now. So something will hit me over the course of the evening and we'll pull something out and start working on it. I'll be completely honest with you. I'm at a place right now with, and it ebbs and flows. So sometimes I'm completely okay with this. However, I am at a place right now with my projects and how I'm balancing everything that I don't want to make a quilt just for the sake of sewing something. You know what I mean? Like, I have a bunch of charm squares, tons of charm squares. I've got some layer cakes, I've got some fat quarter bundles. I don't want to just cut them up and just randomly sew them together just for the sake of sewing. However, if I had some scraps, I would totally do some improv quilting or piecing tonight, perhaps even some tiny piecing. The struggle is I'm not ready to let go of those scraps just yet. I have been playing a lot more with solids lately, and I'm really enjoying my time with those solids. The problem that I have with them is I have a couple of projects that are going on right now that are using those solids, and I don't want to dig into the scraps until the projects have concluded, until the quilt top is finished, because while I'm sure that I'm going to have a lot of leftover to play with, I'm not entirely sure how much I have, and I would really hate to run out of one of the pieces of fabric that I really needed because I was playing around on a live stream. So part of tonight might just be like a Q&A and a chat, and I may not get any sewing done whatsoever, and that's totally fine by me. I think honestly, if I'm being real, I may just start pulling out my legit kit and working on that. FPP is something that it doesn't take, please forgive me, it does take talent, but it's also kind of just like a brainless sew. Once you get into that rhythm of stitch, trim, flip type of mentality, as long as you're just adding the fabric to the paper, it's kind of muscle memory as long as you stay on the line. The piece where it gets really tricky is when you join the parts together. And I have got several pieces of paper that need to have fabric attached to them. So as I'm sitting here thinking through this, that might be what I lean into. But for right now, I'm going to read the chat. We're going to chat for a little bit, and then I'll probably pull that out and just put a little bit of work into it. Lots of people are saying hello to everybody. Heather Thornton says, haha, I have a habit of doing a good job shop while I am. I'm not sure if that was me or for somebody else in the chat, but okay. Hungry and end up with a whole lot of nothing. Yes, and that would be the equivalent. Hungry and ending up with a whole lot of nothing would be the equivalent of wanting to sew and ending up with something that's just a whole lot of nothing. I could totally, I can absolutely always piece some squares together and turn that into a quilt top. But I'm kind of just at this phase where I want my quilts to be more than just patchwork. I want them to have design elements to them. I want to work on patterns. I want them to, I want something a little different than just squares. And for that reason, I don't just want to grab a square and sew it together. That said, there have been times where I have lost my sojo and I will just reach for a charm pack or a layer cake and just sew the squares together because it is a simple and quick sew. It comes together really, really quickly, and it gives you that sense of fulfillment or accomplishment that sometimes you need to kick your butt in gear. Billy says, I am like, now do I work on the Granson's t-shirt quilt or do work? Pam said so many things to pick from. Absolutely. While I'm looking at the chat and I see Teresa Louise and, oh, Mom says, I am anxious for you to show everyone what you got today. So we will do that. We'll do an unboxing video of sorts in just a moment. I wasn't going to take them out of the box, but since Mom's here, I think I just might. So many things to pick from. Absolutely. While I am watching the chat, I want to call out to all my moderators. These are friends and family. Their names are in bold blue and they have a little wrench off to the right of them. These individuals, most of them, not all of them, but most of them have YouTube channels of their own, and they're here on Friday night to hang out with us, help draw any questions that you might have to my attention or answer them if they can. And the best way you can thank them for their time is just to hop over to their channel, check out their content, and if you like what you see, give them a little subby sub. So, Billy says, I'm working on my son's Mickey Mouse quilt, or do I work on my son's Mickey Mouse quilt or quilt the two quilts ready to quilt? That's the tough one, isn't it? Janet says, I'm into scrappy quilts at the moment, getting to use up my stash. I would totally do a scrappy quilt, but I don't want the scrappy quilt just to be squares. I'd want it to be scrappy, like scrappy. I don't know if you guys saw, but Fallon from Sew Be It Quilt and Chris from Sew the Distance did a collab with a scrappy crumb quilt. It was really scrappy. So Fallon found this antique old scrappy dappy quilt that she sent to Chris to look at, and I haven't watched all of the videos yet, but I have seen parts of them, so forgive me if I butcher some of this. But she sent her kind of like a crumb quilt, and I think Fallon is trying to do a pattern based off of that. And I kind of looked at it a little bit earlier. I saw Chris's short, and I looked at it, I was like, that would be fun to do. I took an improv class at QuiltCon, and I loved it. Like, I loved it so much. You guys, I want to keep scraps, but I don't want to necessarily keep a lot of prints. I think I just want to keep solids for some of my scraps. I've got an idea in my head that the bins that are kind of right here that look a little bit empty, I would like to make those scrap bins sorted by color. I'm not going to cut them down. I'm not going to change them in size because in improv piecing, there are no rules. You grab what you have, you get what you get, and you don't pitch a fit. So I think I want to make a few bins dedicated to some colorful scraps so that I can use them for improv piecing. Because that's kind of what I want to do right now. I just don't have the scraps to do that with. And I want them to be solids. So I do have these lovely, right here, these lovely solids. These are Art Gallery fabric solids. I love them. And I've got, you know, actually I could use these. I've got some more right here as well. Yeah, right there. I could, I guess, cut those up and maybe work with them. We'll see. Donnell says, what is an improv quilt? Oh, an improv quilt has no rules. There was a lady, gosh, where did that book go? Hold up, let me show you, because she spoke at Guild, and it's right here. Okay, two things, maybe three. And while I'm I'll grab this box that Mom is so eager for me to show everyone, which I'm going to kind of hide a little bit until I'm ready to show you. Okay, so at QuiltCon, I took an improv class. I'm a little familiar with improv piecing. I've tinkered with it, but I've not really bought entirely into it. So I just wanted to take a class to see what I could see. And this lady by the name of Emily Lang, she's on Instagram as Emily Lang Quilts, all one word. She taught the class. And it was such a freeing thing for me, but I took it with a couple of friends. And one of my friends is very driven by patterns. Like, she doesn't want to do it unless the pattern says to do it. And so this was an experience that was a little crazy for her because there was no measuring. It was just cutting and sewing and cutting and sewing. And that's it. And it was a little hard for her to kind of overcome the hump, but she did. But for me, I found it freeing and artistic. So I took that class, and then I come home from QuiltCon, and a month or so later, Guild has a class, or I'm sorry, a lecture taught by Cindy Grisdella. She lives about a half an hour, 45 minutes from here, and this is her book. And this is an improv quilt. She's got some beautiful improv quilts. I'll kind of show you in here. Very, very scrappy. No rhyme. Well, I shouldn't say there's no rhyme or reason. There is definitely rhyme or reason to what she's doing. She's making essentially abstract quilts out of scraps. And this is kind of like what I want to do some, right? Like, you're not following a pattern. Your measurements don't matter. You're just sewing the fabric together. You're just cutting, you're just sewing, and things can be wonky, and that's okay. She has a class that she's going to be doing at our Guild. It's called Improv Curved Piecing or Improv Circle, something like that. It's in May, and I really want to do that class. Unfortunately, I didn't have cash with me last Guild meeting, so I couldn't register, but I'm hoping to remember to take some dollar bills with me at the end of April at our Guild meeting so I can register for it. So this is what improv piecing is. And, you know, maybe, dare I say, we just cut into, because these solids actually do not have any home. And so maybe we just cut into them and just show you what we're going to do. I will say, in fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do. The pattern that went with these, I know I don't want to make that pattern. So I'm just going to use these to do some improv. They're solids, which is what I was looking for. And I've really been thinking about like rainbow stuff lately. So this is kind of rainbowish. Can you repeat her name again? Yes, it's Cindy Grisdella, Grisdela. She has a number of books. I'll hold this one up a little bit closer. My overhead camera is not working tonight, but there is a close-up of the front of one of her books. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. We're going to do some improv piecing. See? How about that? So, what was I going to say? I don't remember. Oh, solids. Why do I want to work with solids? Well, in her lecture, she was talking about how early in her career, early in her um, early in her tenure with improv piecing, she had print scraps. And she was explaining how sometimes your prints don't read the way they need to read. And when your eye lands on that piece of fabric, it can get confused with what she, as the designer or the artist, wants you to see. And so she found the way around that was to use solids, because a solid is always going to read as a solid and as the color. And so you'll notice through this book, she does all of hers in solids now. She doesn't really use prints anymore. Everything is in solids. And then she'll use sometimes some batiks. I shouldn't say everything is in solids. There are some prints there, but it's always, yeah, this one was really pretty. I won't say it's always, because I don't know her well enough. I just know she showed us a lot of solids. And I've been hankering to make something out of solids. So I'm not going to talk about it anymore. We're just going to do it. So what is improv piecing? Well, improv piecing is when I take this fabric and I just cut it however I want to cut it, and I just sew it however I want to sew it. It's mindless sewing, kind of. I mean, I don't want to minimize the amount of work or time that goes into placing your fabrics where you want them to be. So please don't take it the wrong way. But at the same time, there's no measuring, there's no reading, there's no digesting what somebody else is saying. You're just making blocks until they look the way you want them to look. So this is just going to be a passion project. We're not going to log this in any sort of book or logging system. I'm just going to start working on it. And I'll kind of give you an idea of what this improv piecing is. I'm going to get all of my fabrics folded the same way. So these are, I think, 8 1/4 yard cuts. And so they are width of fabric. And I like folding mine so that the selvage is, the doubled selvage side is over by the fold. This one's 1/8 yard. It just makes it easier for when I'm going to cut. It's a habit. So I'm just going to fold them all the same way. Hello, Katie. Things. Found her book on Amazon. Thanks. You're welcome. You can do amazing things with tone-on-tones too. Yes, you can. So there we go. And maybe I'll just make a block. Maybe, because some of these colors, I don't even know. If I'm being a little honest, I'm a little stuck with what do I want to make with this. But we're just going to give it a try, and we're going to find out what I can do. What can I do with some of this fabric? That's the question. So here we go. I got my iron on now. Got my mouse over here. So I really don't want to do that. Oh my gosh, hold on. Stop. Damn it. Somebody decided to turn music on. I hope that doesn't mess up the audio in the video. For anybody that was curious, it was Jump by Van Halen. You're welcome. Okay, before we dive into the project, Mom wants to show you what came. So Mom bought me a Christmas present, and it was on pre-order, and it came today. It is dun, da, 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 New Kids on the Block dolls. I have not yet taken them out of the package. They are Funko Pop, so all 5 of the guys are pictured in here. My plan is to put them up on the top of the shelf next to the dolls that we had in the dolls that came out in the 80s. These are the new version of the dolls. I don't know yet if I want to take them out of the box, but this is what she sent. So, oh good, you guys didn't hear the music. Thank goodness. I started freaking out for a minute there. I was like, ah! Oh man. You know what? You know what? I don't want to work with these. I don't want to work with these. Don't kill me. I want to work with these. Same thing, different bundle. I just want the whole spectrum of the rainbow in there, and I was only getting like a few of the colors in the other one. So I'm going to go with this. These are not completely solid. This is Moda's crossweave fabric. So it's got a little bit of texture there, but I think it'll be fine. Who is the book author again, please? Cindy Grisdella. If somebody could type that in the chat. Cindy, Grisdela. Sean says, leave them in the box. They might be a collector's item one day. I'm not interested in them being a collector's item. I'm interested in playing with them. No, I'm kidding. They're going to sit up on the shelf. All right. So I'm going to open these up and pick out what I want to work with. Because the first part is I need to find some fabric. Ooh, this one's bigger than a width of fabric. I would like to make a rainbow block. So I know I need a red, an orange, a yellow, a green, a blue, like that, and a purple and an indigo. So those would work, yeah? Let's see if I like all these colors together. So I'm just going to lay them out in rainbow order. I think it goes kind of like this, or maybe the other way. I don't remember. Like this. I think this one needs to be changed out for a different blue. Let's go with, that one might be too dark. I don't like that one. This one might work. Funko Pops lose value when opened. Oh, cool. Thank you. Thank you for telling me that. Wonder if I should go with this green. Like that. Which green do you like better, the lighter or the darker? So we've got red, orange. That's too brown. The lighter, dark, 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 dark. Okay. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue. Is this indigo? And that's violet? What do we think? Oh, here, let me pull it back so you can see the whole thing. That looks like a pretty cool rainbow when I'm looking at it in the lens. I do have a couple other blue options that we can look at. This is a, I feel like this one, this is more like a denim, whereas this is kind of like a blue. What do we think of that? With the darker blue? The last color is reading more pink to me. Yeah, me too. What if we take that out completely? What do we think of that now? Oh, that's really good. Because I don't think I have that right color. Looks good. Mama Hardin says, hey, good people, I just stopped by to say hello. Won't stay long. My meds make me sleepy, so I'll stay as long as I can concentrate. Don't be surprised if I doze off and can't text or anything. Looks good, looks good. No pink. Yep, got that pink out. Perfect, looks good. Hello, Karen, I see you there. All right, so these are the ones that I'm going to work with tonight, but this whole bundle can kind of go together to do other things too. So I'm just going to set these other pieces aside to play with later. And we're just going to play with some improv piecing type stuff. Now, I want to bring in some neutrals to kind of bounce, to settle some of the colors. So I'm going to bring that white in, and I might even bring in that black. Just I think the black, yeah. Just to kind of give us some stuff. All right. So, I literally don't know what I'm going to do. But I know that everything starts with kind of pressing these out a little bit and cutting. So I'm going to get the wrinkles out. I'm going to starch them. And then I'm just going to cut. I'm going to do exactly what they had us kind of do in the class. Well, not exactly, actually, because the way they had us do it in the class is they had us group by color family. So they had us go through a big pile of scraps that we were supposed to bring and pick out everything that read as a red. And we took all of those pieces and kind of put them together to kind of make this red block out of scraps of red. I'm not doing that. I want to make an improv scrappy something with rainbow. So I know what I really want to be able to do is kind of have the fabric in rainbow order, at least for the first block. So I think the first thing I might do is just try to build some sort of a, maybe we'll do like a rainbow log cabin. That would be kind of cool. Yeah, let's try and do that. We'll do an improv type of log cabin where white is on one side and red is on the other side, but it's going to be an improv piece, which means I am not going to measure any of my cuts before I cut. I am just going to cut pieces off and sew it on and then straighten up an edge and move on to the next piece. It's so funny. Red fabric changes color when it's hot, right? Like that looks purple right now. But I'm pretty sure it's because it's warm. No, that's not warm anymore. Did Best Press stain this fabric? Is that Best Press or starch spray? It is Best Press. No, Best Press didn't ruin this, did it? Did it? Let me just look. Well, this side looks good. There's a couple of spots. Maybe it's this causing issues. Let me just lay it down. It looks splotchy. That part is wet. Well, you know what? Red always is weird. Yeah, because see, it's like, it changes color when there's heat applied to it, but then I think it goes away. So we're just gonna, now that we've starched that, I'm just gonna let it lay over here and cool off and see if it does better. We'll see. Lots of people are just saying it's either still damp or it's the heat, so we'll leave it alone. A hunter's star would be fun with 8 colors. Oh, do I have 8 colors? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. No, I only have 7 because I took that other one out. So that could be. With as much starch as I put on this fabric, sometimes I don't think I get it all out. So it could be that it was just still damp. Hello, Pat. Everybody's saying Mary would have had the ironing done by now. Perhaps. Perhaps. It also doesn't help that I'm using this small thing and I have a great big wool pressing mat over there that I should be pressing on. In fact, I think I'm going to take a minute to change that out. You can do improv stars. They won't look perfect. Your points won't match up, but they're not supposed to. It's supposed to just be improv. No measuring, no being precise. You're just sewing. Hello, Jonna. Hello, Judy. Okay, that's good. I'm going to pull both of these over here, and I'm going to grab that, the mat. Dun, dun, dun. Oh my goodness. All the things. You would have thought I was ready for this. And because I have no moisture barrier underneath this one, I'll take my cutting mat off the table while I'm doing my pressing. This will help me get this done a wee bit quicker. All right, these are pressed, so I'll set them over here. Louis says, sorry to be late. What are you working on? I'm just doing some improv piecing tonight. My goal is to make something that resembles, is not accurately it, but something that resembles kind of a log cabin with rainbow colors on one side and a neutral black or white. I'm not sure which side, what color, black or white on the other side. I'm thinking maybe black. Maybe with like a little white right in the middle. But before I do that, I've got to starch all these fat quarters that I'm going to work with tonight. So that's what I'm doing first, is just pressing some fat quarters. What are you spraying and why? I am spraying Best Press on the fat quarters to starch it. This adds body to the fabric and takes some of the stretch out and helps keep it from unraveling. If you need 8 colors, add pink and a teal or aqua to your rainbow. I think I have 7, so I would only have one room for one color, but we'll lay it back out and see if we want to add something else in after I press all these. I do have a few options that we can look at. Darker version of the colors on one side, lighter colors on the other, Lori says. Oh, that's a good idea. Do I have? I think I might. No, I don't have. Well, okay, no, I don't have. I would have to. It wouldn't be a true rainbow, which is not a problem, right? Improv, you do what you want. But I don't have a light yellow, and I don't have a light orange. However, the yellow and the orange you can see over here are kind of similar. So this could be the light and this could be the dark. Pressing fabric is relaxing. Yes. Hello, Kathy. While I'm doing this, let me remind you of a couple of live stream events that are coming up that are going to be a blast over the next couple of weeks. So tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, Tiffany, Teresa, Ian, and myself will be live on Tiffany's channel, and we're going to challenge ourselves. All four of us are going to use the same layer cake, and we're going to make 4 different projects. I don't think we're going to finish our projects on that live stream. We're just going to start them and show you what we're doing, and then you can follow each of our progress on our own individual channels. So you'll want to make sure to tune into that and check that out. I will be showing progress on that project in my weekly vlogs on Tuesdays. Anne Marie, I think, didn't you say something about maybe a star block? I did see that, by the way. What kind of spray bottle are you using? If you go to my website, sobecca.com, there's about, and then underneath it, it says my room. And these bottles, I believe, are linked there. I got them off Amazon. It was a pack of 3 for like $20 or $30. They are Mr. bottles, just like you buy in a quilt shop, but they hold more and it's clear so you can see how much is in there. I absolutely love these. I have switched. I have one at my ironing board and I keep one over here. And then the decal that says Best Press on it, I just made that with my Cricut machine just to be a little crafty. Donnell says, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see what you do. Teresa's going to be there too. It's going to be 4 of us. Me, Teresa, Tiffany, and Ian. It's going to be a blast. Oh, yeah. And by the way, you guys are going to want to stay tuned because I think the first weekend in May, I'm going to do a D-stash sale. I don't know the details on where that's going to be, whether it's going to be on Etsy or my website or a different platform. I've got a couple of things in mind, but you'll want to mark your calendars. So I'm going to have some new stuff and some old stuff in there. The prices should be pretty good too. Brianna, thank you so much for subscribing. That means a lot to me. Tanel says, my bad, even better. Log cabins are always fun. One of my favorite blocks. Awesome. I'm kind of thinking like if I make one side a little bit, like I don't want to measure the width of the strips. I don't want them to always be the same. I want it to be a wonky log cabin for sure. So we'll see if once I start sewing this together, whether or not I can achieve that. And there should be plenty of this fabric left over to do some other fun things with it later. "45 minutes into the live stream and all I've done is pressed my fabric." Welcome to Friday night, everybody. Hello, Amy. Welcome to the live stream. Oh. You guys, tomorrow when I'm on Tiffany's channel, I will be working with Tula. That is a big thing for me because forever I used to tell people, I don't like Tula. I don't like Tula. And then lo and behold, here I am over here going, you know what? I think I like Tula. You know what? It's funny how your taste changes, isn't it? Sean says, I'll probably get shunned, but I've never made a log cabin block. All right, let me get... Why is it called a log cabin? It doesn't look like a log cabin. Good question. Don't know. Thanks for asking. Drive through. Here's your number. I have no clue. But I'm sure somebody in the chat will be like, well, the history of the log cabin block is that it was founded in 1875 and resembled a log cabin. I don't know. I don't know why it's called a log cabin block. I just know that it is. Amy says, oh, anyone that knows me knows I love my Tula. Well, I don't know if I can say I love Tula, but I think she's growing on me. All right. So let me show you the palette again, and we'll make sure that this is the palette we want to work with and that there are no additions, substitutions. Red, orange, yellow. Yellow goes here. Changes, all the things. Mary said, I've made multiple log cabin quilts. It's the easiest pattern to make. All right. This really looks very primary to me, which isn't bad. I think it'll work. Yeah, I think this will work. But I only have, do we want to add a 7th or an 8th fabric in there? Because right now I only have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I only have 6, which that might be okay too. Let's maybe leave it. I'm going to starch the black and the white. On my 3rd quilt, might make a log cabin next. Is jelly roll best to use? You can do it with a jelly roll, absolutely. Doobie doobie doo. Love those colors, Becca. Thank you, Ian. I knew you would. I've been talking to Ian for a while, probably a good couple months. I'm like, I want to do rainbow. I want to do something with a rainbow. I want to do something with a rainbow. So tonight we are going to bite the bullet and I'm going to make something with a rainbow. It'll either be a nail it or a fail it, and we won't know until the end. And I'm probably only going to get one block out of this tonight. But you'll at least see what the process is for improv piecing as I do it. You could use a different color just for the first square of each block. I could. Yep, I absolutely could. I think I'm just going to do, for right now, I'm going to do a white, oh, I don't know. I think I'm going to do a white square. And then I'm going to do, I kind of like the idea of, honestly, thank you for subscribing, Jubble the Rebel and Josie Brown. I'm going to take some time to starch just a few more of my grays because I'm thinking like an ombre effect, like starting light, having the white in the center, and then going gray all the way out to that black. And there's only, well, there's a lot. Okay. So I would need 6 because I have 6 colors. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, these 2 are very similar. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, okay. That's what I'm going to do. I really like that idea. So let me starch these really quick. We might only get fabric starch tonight. And that's okay. because you can always come back to the podcast on Tuesday to see what I did, because I will definitely be recapping this over there on that video. Oh, thank you, Shirley. I told you somebody in the chat was going to give us the history. She says, in 1863, log cabin quilts became popular to help raise funds for the Union Army during the American Civil War. It was thought to be in honor of Abraham Lincoln, who grew up in a log cabin. Teresa says, it looks like you trimmed your hair. I did get it cut about 6 weeks ago. Probably due for another cut. But I've also been straightening it, like when I blow it dry. So it might look a little different. Let's play block trivia. Why is the Lemoyne Star called a Lemoyne Star? Go! Put it in the chat. Let me know what you find. Holiday says, I guess this really is improv. Thinking as you go. Yep. Ooh, ombre, yes. Yeah, right? We'll have rainbow on one side and an ombre gray out on the other side. And I just really think that's going to look really nice. Four more to iron. Mary said, that's what I need to do this weekend, get a haircut. Every day's a school day. Still waiting for somebody to tell me why a Lemoyne Star is called a Lemoyne Star. Oh, hey, so yeah. Brody or Tiankum, probably not Zach. Don't know who it is, but it's one of the Tippets. If you're still in the chat, I will see you guys on the 21st. So 2 weeks from today, I will be at the shop. For those of you that don't know, I am going to Vegas for a work trip. I have a conference there, and the ticket to come home was the same price Saturday as it would have been Friday. So my employer is allowing me to fly home on Saturday instead of Friday after the conference ends. So I'm going to pay for the hotel for Friday night out of my own pocket. And Tiffany and I believe Eric are going to come into Vegas. And I think Friday we're going to do some quilt shop hopping. We're going to stop at the new So Yeah store because I've not seen it yet. I think we're going to go to Quilting. And then that'll probably be about all, or maybe go out to eat too. But it is Tiankum. Hello, Tiankum. Hey, wait, while you're here, Tiankum. Yeah, it's getting better. It's getting better, but it's still got some buildup there. And that's probably about 2 bobbins worth of sewing, so it's definitely doing better. I'm going to spend 2 hours on a live stream, and the only thing I'm going to do is press my fabric. This is really riveting TV, isn't it? Back and forth. I could put the microphone up against it, and then it could be ASMR ironing, and I'll just shut up. But Hey, Sharon. Everything's great. I hope you're doing great too. Lemoyne Star Quilt Block. See, look at you guys with all the tips. Lemoyne Star Quilt Block is named after the brothers Jean Baptiste and Pierre Lemoyne, who founded the city of New Orleans in 1718. Awesome. Hello, Pam. Press and chat. There you go. Who needs sewing when you can just press? Mona said, at least you're doing something. Yep. I'm not going to lie. The longer you iron, the more I'm enjoying it. It's quite therapeutic. Heather said, it kind of is, right? Like, it's just, I don't know. It's a little satisfying, especially when you're starching, you're putting some moisture on it, and then you just kind of like see the vapor and it just disappears because of the heat. I will guess it will get better over time. Sorry, it sucks to have a machine that has so much oil. Oh, you know what? It was all my doing. So the manual, for those of you that aren't following what we're talking about, let me bring you in to the conversation a little bit. When I got this Juki, which I got from So Yeah, when I got the Juki last year, no, a year and a half ago, the manual said, oil it 1 or 2 drops every day. Literally, I think that's what the manual said. And I've been oiling it, not every day, but like once a week or maybe once every 2 weeks. And I keep getting this black buildup on this bar that's behind the needle. It's the one that holds the presser foot. And I've heard people say, you're over oiling the machine. That's what the black stuff is. And I'm like, no, it's not oil. You don't understand. It's not oil. So I took it in for servicing. He cleaned it up and everything. And I sent Brody and Tiankum a little video and a picture of what I was seeing. They're like, yeah, you're over oiling it. And I was like, okay. But I also talked to Juki and they said, you're over oiling it. And I also talked to Juki Junkies and they said, you're over oiling it. And then many of you said you're over oiling it. So I just realized maybe I'm over oiling it. So Tiankum told me to take the needle out of the Juki and just put like a rag or a washcloth underneath the foot and run it on high speed for like 5 to 10 minutes, and that should help dry it out a little bit. But then also I took the screws off the top and lifted that up and made sure that the 4 wicks that are lined up with the holes at the top weren't like dripping tons of oil. I just wanted them to be just moist, just a little bit of oil. And so I did that too. And those 2 things combined seem to have made an improvement. It's not completely gone yet. So the other thing that I'm doing is I'm not going to put a drop of oil in my machine until May or a little after, because I've got a week where I won't be here. So that is what we are talking about. It was honestly a learning curve for me because I went from a computerized machine that I never oiled to this. And I didn't understand. I thought it was better to have too much oil in it, but from what I've heard, it's actually worse. So we'll see. Fabric, yes. Laundry, no. Oh, you guys are talking about. Joanne says, Becca, my question is, did you think the Martelli Christmas box was worth the money? And did you enjoy the items in it? The question can be to anyone that got the box. Are they doing another box this year? I won't say whether or not I think it was worth the money, because I think that is subjective, and it's really left to the recipient or the eye of the beholder, right? Like what my D-stash is might be your stash. And that's, no 2 quilters have the exact same taste and preference. I think there was value there. I think they definitely gave you the value. However, it wasn't my favorite box. I feel like when I look back at, I think I got 4 subscription boxes last year. When I look back at the 4, I'm sorry, Advent boxes, when I look back at or maybe 5, because I think I got the Cotton Cuts Notion one too. I will not be doing those this year. I'm not, I will do one, maybe two, and I'm going to cap it there because it's just too much. And I end up with repeats between the different boxes, and I end up paying a lot of it forward anyway, and it costs me a lot of money to ship all the things out. I'm kind of Marie Kondoing things right now, so I might do one or two. Anyway, when I think back to December 2022 and the boxes that I got, my most enjoyable one, I loved the Missouri Star one because there was a gift every single day for 25 days. And sometimes that gift might not have been grand, but most of the time it was a little something, and they were all quilting related. I think they've done a good job getting to know what their demographic is and what we expect out of those boxes. I liked it. I liked it very much. My second favorite, and honestly they might be tied for first place, was Monique's open gate box. And for me, it was just the attention to detail that she put in there. It really felt like I had a present to open every day because she hand wrapped every single little item that was in there, and some of the items she handmade. So I just liked it. Oh, so you guys doing a Christmas box this year? Well, I might get that one. So maybe I'll get three. Jenny just launched the 2023 Christmas box. Awesome. I'll have to go take a look at it, but not right now. And maybe I don't get it. It's okay to sit it out 1 year too. Maybe I stick to I'm only going to get one or two. We'll see. Because those things are expensive. Last year I bought one or two. I can't remember. But then a few people sent me theirs for free, and I felt a little overwhelmed with them. So yeah, we'll see what happens this year. Shelby says, sending thank you to Donna, Becca, Ian, Sean, and Tiffany for encouraging us to try legit kits. My muscle car kit arrived today. Oh my goodness, awesome. You guys see Donna's muscle car? If you haven't checked that out, she's got videos on her YouTube channel of her putting that thing together. It's a something, a 60-something Camaro, I think. It looks great. Anybody doing anything for Easter weekend besides church and stuff? 4/10 is the purchase date. Thank you, Katrina. I appreciate that. Pre-orders for Missouri Star until April 24th, I think, but check the dates if you're thinking of it. Okay, cool. 68 Camaro. Thank you, Donna. I appreciate that. It looks awesome. Votes on whether or not I should smack my hubby for suggesting the name Ulrich for a baby name. Donna says, I have seen so many boxes online and none of them interest me. I'm just too picky to go into a box blind. I've pared down my boxes lately, and it's really just because I was talking to a friend about this yesterday or the day before or something, and I just mentioned, every box that comes in, if I'm not sewing from it, it's just adding stuff to my room. Even if I love the box, even if the value is there, it's money that I'm spending on the box. Sometimes I would get them for free. It's money that I'm spending on a box, and it's projects that I can't keep up with. So I've pared them down. I'm only getting 3 now. Four. I get Open Gates, I get Ginger Quilter, I get Reb's Fab Stash, and I get Sew Sampler, and that's it. And I'm even wondering if those 4 are too much because I'm not sewing from all 4 of them and I can't keep up. So I may make another cut through. I don't know. I don't know. I love all 4 of them, and that's the problem. All right. Here are my grays in ombre order. And then this white is going to be the center. The black is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, the black is going to be the outside. And then I got my rainbow. So if you guys haven't seen a lot of unboxing videos on my channel, that's why. Because I've been paring them down. Good night, Tiankum. All right, here we go. Let's see. To start with, I know I want a square. And then everything after that will be, the dog's barking. Everything after that will be a little different. Oh, we just got an Amazon delivery, that's why. All right, so I'm just gonna aim for like a 2.5 inch square. This one I think I am gonna measure. It's gonna be the only piece that's gonna be precise. Everything else is gonna be wonky. So 1, 2.5. Two and a half. Just like that. And I really only need one square, but I'm going to cut 2 layers. Okay, there we go. Awesome. Good to know, Pam. She said she got the package from me. That's great. Okay, so my white I am done with for tonight because I have cut my square and I don't need anything else. So I'm just going to put this in here, make it a little bit tidy so I have my whole white package right here. I'm going to take all of these fat quarters, set them off to the side because I'm not using those. This is what I'm working with, and I'm going to need to do some pressing. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put my ruler. There's no measuring. It's not precise. I'm just going to lob this much off. That's it. This is what I'm going to work with. And the rest of these I'm going to kind of fold in on themselves. I'm going to do the same thing to the rainbow. Have you ever made a cat or a dog bed? I am working on one now from a Tiankum tutorial. No, I have not, but it is on my list. They've got a lot of free patterns and tutorials out there, so definitely know about that. Maybe we'll do one on a live one night. There we go. All right. So this is all I'm going to work with tonight, these. I am not going to use them. Do you have the pieces from your improv class that you could show us? No. Yes, but I don't know where it is off the top of my head. So how about I just show you what I'm going to do and then you can see that. So this is going to be my center, is the white square, and then I'm going to build a wonky log cabin around them. So one side going up is going to be rainbow and one side going the other side is going to be this gray. But I want, as I'm doing this, I want my strips to be various sizes. So I'm not going to measure. I just want my edge to be straight to make my life easier. So I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to slice. I think cutting that way might still be a bit of a problem, but we'll see. So I can see here, that's what I'm going to need about that much to attach it. So I'm just going to take this over here. Now, I don't know that I need to necessarily over worry about lining everything up absolutely perfectly, because if I let it be a little bit wonky, then we might get a little more of the wonkiness. But I'm just gonna try. This is my first attempt at a wonky log cabin. We'll see if we can make it work. This is way too big. Let's get a smaller ruler in here. I think I actually have, we'll use this. Emily Ling, who taught the class that I took at QuiltCon, said in her world of improv piecing, there are no rulers. It's just cut and go. So I'll press this over with my finger. And I'm going to set this in the pile with the red, and we'll move this out of the way. Now I'm going to grab this lightest gray, and I'm just going to cut a piece. Gosh, I hope that's wide enough. It's very skinny compared to the other one, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, that's very skinny. I'm afraid it's going to get, in fact, it's really, really skinny. Let me rip that out. I think I got too thin on this one. I got a little overzealous. I could probably still make it work, but it might, I don't know. I'm just going to rip this one. Probably could have left it. And I probably would have had just a sliver of that really light gray, which really would have added to the... That's probably a little bit better. Probably would have added to the wonkiness. But we're going to move this and try again. Okay, one more time. Okay. I'm going to use the rotary cutter. I'm just going to use scissors tonight for this. I'm just roughly trimming. Press this over. Now I'm going to pick up another piece and I'm going to go along the bottom. Cut off the excess. Press it over. Put this over here a bit. Now I'm going to do the orange. I'm going to cut a strip of orange, no measuring. I'm going to put it on this side. So improv is wonky? It can be. I don't think improv, I would say yes, but maybe I'm wrong on that, but I would say yes. Okay. And then we'll go here, throw this there because that's just the selvage end. We need to cut a strip of this yellow off. This might be too thin, but we're going to go with it. Oh, wait, we got to do the darker gray. Thank you. Somebody out there was like, no, not yet. Karen says it looks pretty. We're going to do one thing here to make my life a little bit easier. Bring this table over so I'm not reaching so far to actually press. There. Look at that. That's a proper setup. Sorry, Heather. Did I just mess up the accent really bad? That was not meant to offend you. Bye, Jean. It's wobbly. Because only part of it's on. Sherry says improv is to perform without preparation. Well, then maybe I shouldn't have starched the blocks for the fabric. Now I can come for the yellow. I think I'm going to like how this is going to turn out. Need another piece of yellow to go across the top. When is the Tula Pink collab? How many fabrics in the line works? I'm using the entire layer cake from Line Work, and it is tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern time on Tiffany's channel. I guess in our quilting world, improv means however you want to make it on the fly. I think so too, Sherry. I think it's really to make it without cutting precisely or following a pattern. Although maybe I still feel like sometimes improv is a little intricate. All right, now I'm going to cut dark gray. Pop-up sew day with Stephen of the Idiot Quilter, Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern time. Anyone's invited to this Zoom. Link from Stephen. That's awesome. You guys should go try that. Enjoy your day sewing with Stephen on Zoom. I will be prepping for my collab with Tiffany, Teresa, and Ian. Ooh, Holiday says, I think for your next block, you should try going backwards from purple to red. Okay. I think that's an idea. Teresa says it's looking awesome, Becca. It kind of is, right? Although it's not as wonky as I thought it was going to be. But it is definitely not a perfect log cabin. Like, you can tell that there's varying sizes of strips. I think in the next one I might add some more narrower pieces. I'm going to put my car back up tomorrow after not being allowed to drive it for 4 months. Oh, I'm going to pick my car back up. That makes more sense. I was like, where are you going to pack it up? Like, you got tired of not being allowed to drive it, so you were packing your car away? Is that what you meant? Oh, all the freedom you're going to feel all of a sudden. Now we're going to do the green. I'm going to make this one a little more narrow. We're going to challenge myself, see what happens. Not a big green fan. Well, true green. I love teals. But like Kelly green, eh. Got to get in my groove. I need the trash can right here. Heather says, she's a beauty as well. Audie TT. I'm just glad they gave me the all clear to drive because I thought I was going to have to let my wife take an upgrade. All right. Now it's starting to, it looks like a rainbow. I'm making a rainbow. Those skinnier strips, I kind of like them. I feel like I noticed I'm starting to, like, I was kind of cutting them close to the same width, so it wasn't giving me a lot of variation. So I'm going to start being living a little dangerously and cutting them a little more narrow. But I really like the ombre look that the other side is starting to get. Anyone got toothpicks for my eyelids? Hey, you can go to sleep. You don't have to stay here for the whole thing. I just appreciate that you dropped in. There'll always be the replay if you want to see it. Tamara says it's looking good, Becca. Thank you. I might even have time to do 2 of these tonight. Spent an hour starching all the fabric. Does this mean you might try micro piecing? Oh, I love tiny piecing. Love it. Absolutely love it. Becca, it seems you really enjoy the process. Less hurry, more enjoyment. I really like how it's turning out. Great improv. Yes. Look at this. I've got 2 more rounds to make. Hello, Martha. Rainbow log cabin equals cabin of Skittles. Taste the rainbow. Happy Friday. It is Friday. Friday. Has anybody heard anything about Laura Lynn? Did she get her scan yet? I know I saw Pop was going to do another 3-yard quilt, or did do another 3-yard quilt. Thank you for telling us about the Quilters Select ruler, Louise says. It is terrific. FYI, if you have vision problems, the numbers are hard to read. They are. I miss the markings on the creative grid rulers when I use my Quilter Select, but yeah. Did you hear how? No, look, Jinx, we just asked the same question. We just asked the same question. I keep ironing my keyboard. Flat Jenny joined the chat. Oh, is that what's on? Is that what you sent me on Marco Polo? I saw you sent me something.
Looks good. I switched to my glasses because
I
didn't want to bother you while you're lunch.
Okay, yeah. I'll read that later. Listen to that later. Flat Jenny has joined the chat. I thought you sent me a Marco Polo to play on the thing. Sorry. Don't mount the keyboard! I hear ya. Oh, you guys, my Jenny voice came out. Got it. Okay. Oh, I don't even know when I'm using the Flat Jenny voice. See, I need to get the Jenny Doan box because if nothing else, Flat Jenny needs to see what Big Jenny put in the box this year. I had plans to do that last year, but you know, I got the C word. I still did it, just not long form content wise like I wanted to do. The block is pretty, Becca. Thank you. It's almost done. Finishing up this round, and then I'll have to do one more round. Good night, Pam. She says, I'm going to sleep. I will see y'all later. Good night. Keep hitting the keyboard with the iron. Ooh, what if the next one I do, what if I make the stripes angled so they're not completely straight strips? Like, what if the next time I go to sew, I leave thread in my needle? What if that? What if that? That would be great. Let's do that. Let's sew with thread, not air, shall we? Oh, come on. For the love of Peter. Get under there, over in. Yes, I win. I literally have no idea why I made that noise, but you're welcome. Oh no, that simply won't do. I cut my thread. Let's try it again. It would help if I put it in the right hooks before I threaded it. I knew something felt off. There we go. Shoop. Let's try it again. We got a honey baked ham for Easter dinner. We're hosting Easter this year at our home. And I am going to make some of the sides. I think I'm set on making mashed potatoes. I was thinking maybe a pasta salad. I think my mother-in-law is bringing ambrosia salad, mac and cheese, and probably deviled eggs. So I need to make some things to complement that. Mary is coming and she's bringing a sweet potato casserole. So I'm thinking maybe mashed potatoes. We've got the ham, and I was thinking rolls, but I don't know what else. I feel like a salad of some sort because it's kind of spring, you know? I haven't figured it out yet. Boo, boo, boo. What do you suggest? What side dishes should I think about? Cranberry. Oops, sorry. Cranberry and pear sauce for the meat. I can do that. All right, now I got to do the round of black. Like a Midwestern salad. Ooh, you know, my friend Megan has a broccoli salad that she makes with like broccoli and raisins and those noodles from Top Ramen. Ooh, I should ask her for that recipe because I love that salad when she makes it. I should also message them actually. Normally they go to um, Dominic's parents for Easter dinner, but I don't know if they're going this year or not. I should reach out and let them know that if they're not going, they're welcome to come over. Green bean almond salad. Ooh, potato salad. Oh, that's a good one. Potato salad and a pasta salad. And I could do those instead of mashed potatoes. I like that idea. Broccoli salad. Maybe I'll do potato salad or a pasta salad, a broccoli salad. A fruit on a skewer is even better if grill. We're not firing up the grill, but the fruit on a skewer is good. My husband, I've never heard of grilled peaches until I met Jason. He grills peaches and they're delicious. Ooh, I'm starting to get hot. Asparagus. Amy says, I really like how the log cabin block is looking. Me too. I'm gonna put my grilled pineapple is good too. Yes, I'll agree with that. I'll take that. I'm gonna put the fabric over here that I don't need like this. Let me get a little bit more set up. Fat quarter in the drawer. Don't judge me. Don't forget dessert. Can he make the grilled peaches when I'm there next? Yes. So if you guys, I think we've said this before. I think we've said this before. The Ian is coming in June. He will be here around June 19th. And I know we're going to do one, we'll be here on my live stream. Hey, babe. What's up? Okay. What do you think of my block?
I like it.
It's wonky.
It is.
You like it? I'm going to make, this is what they call improv piecing because you don't measure anything. You just cut and sew. And so oh yeah, I can definitely see how it's askew a little bit. You can kind of see when I hold it up here. I'll lay it out so you can see a little bit more. There's no measuring. You just cut and sew. But instead of just doing random pieces everywhere, I decided to cut into a fat quarter bundle, and I built out a gray ombre going this way all the way out to black, and I did a rainbow out this way with a white square in the middle. And then I'm going to do some where purple, it goes from purple to red. I'm just going to make blocks like this and put them into a quilt. I think that would be fun. It's so, like, it's just therapeutic to just sit and cut and sew.
Would the theme be from like gray to black and from rainbow colors? Like
I could do that, yeah. Like I could start with black out here and go out to white, and I could do purple out to red. Like I could make them go either way.
be like it's the Over the Rainbow thing, the movie Wizard of Oz.
Oh, make a tornado. So tell us what you think we should do for, oh, sorry. They've, the chat has labeled this the Skittles cabin because this is called a log cabin block when it's done properly and everything's measured. And when you do it with improv piecing, it's a wonky log cabin. They also have curved log cabins where the stripes over here are thicker and down here are thinner. And so you start to get this curved effect when you put them together. But because this is a rainbow, everybody in the chat is calling it a Skittles cabin. So what do you think?
Fine. I hate Skittles, but fine. Skittles is the bastard.
He does.
Candy.
He doesn't like Skittles, he said. So we're talking about Easter dinner, and by the way, that feels so good because I am so warm right now. So that door being, I know, it is what it is.
Can we crack a window?
Yeah, just a little bit, not too much. But the
Make sure you shut it before you come up.
I will. Okay, so we're talking about Easter dinner, and I told everybody that we have the ham, and your mom is bringing ambrosia salad, and probably deviled eggs and mac and cheese. And I've got to make some sides to go with it. And so my thought is, because this is traditionally a spring meal, I don't want a lot of, oh, and Mary's bringing sweet potato casserole. Do you want to get a microphone? Are you sitting down?
I'm sitting down, but
I will just repeat everything you say. So Mary is bringing the sweet potato casserole. So I was asking for ideas of things that I could make that would be kind of like cold sides for like a spring meal. And so people threw some ideas in the chat. We have potato salad.
solid.
He said that's, oh, I think they could actually hear you. Potato salad, pasta salad,
That's solid. Okay.
a fruit salad. Actually, somebody said fruit on a skewer and then put it on the grill. I don't know if I want to do that.
Depends on the fruit.
Yeah. Oh, people are talking about grilled pineapple.
Pineapple. So you got grilled pineapple with like shrimp. I've done that before over rice. That's and peppers. That's delicious.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
That's delicious.
The scissors that I'm using to clip are Kai's. I got these in a gift set. There are 3 pieces in the set. This is the middle pair. Oh, and then while we were talking about grilled fruit, Ian asked when he cut, because I was talking about how you make grilled peaches. He asked if you would please do grilled peaches while he's here.
I can do that.
We'll
I
do.
don't. I just because Justice will be here over Easter, I don't want to do anything with the
Oh
grill.
no, I don't either. I think I'm down on the grill because we've got the big honey baked ham.
Yeah.
We've got all the others, and the grill is a whole thing because we don't have a gas grill. We have a charcoal grill. So I don't think we want to do the grill, but I
We
think
have a real grill.
we have, we have a real grill. I think maybe a pasta salad would be good. I don't know if I want to do the potato salad, but I'm thinking maybe like a broccoli salad. You know how Megan makes the broccoli with the crunchy noodles from the top ramen and the raisins? Thinking maybe something like that. So maybe a pasta salad, a broccoli salad. I don't know if I want to bother with with mashed potatoes. We've got the mac and cheese. We've got the sweet potato casserole. I want it to be more of a lighter. I might do a fruit salad.
Okay. Don't do. Keep it light. We got enough stuff. Ham.
Light, as we're literally making tons of food.
It'll get eaten.
It will get eaten. That is true. It will get eaten. It will get eaten. Our canned peaches, when you grill your peaches, they want to know, do you use canned ones or fresh ones? I know the answer, but we'll let him answer. He only made them you haven't made grilled peaches since before Zoe was born, I think.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
I mean, honestly, I just use whatever's available. But I mean,
You used fresh last time.
Did I use fresh last time?
Yeah, because I had to pit them. You had me cut them in
prep. You're right. I have used cans before if they're available, but.
Well, I think we'll do them with. So when you grill the peaches, what do you do?
It's just like anything else.
You just put them on there, and
you got to skew. I mean, you want to put them on a skewer or something so you can flip them. Or if you got one of those racks, like those, it's just like a basket. They have thin baskets, and then you just clamp it down, and then you can just sit there and flip the basket. That's it. I mean, I've also used those baskets for shrimp and peppers.
When we do the grilled peaches, we should do grilled peppers, grilled pineapple, and salmon in the cast iron.
Okay.
And a bed of rice. So we'll have like a salmon dinner, and we'll have the grilled peaches for dessert.
Okay.
And then we'll have a campfire that night.
I'm not promising that.
Folks are in the chat saying, "Oh gosh, that sounds good." I need to do the potato salad, but I can make a German potato salad because it's lighter. Jason likes the Amish potato salad.
I'm the Amish. Which I've never understood why Amish means sweet. I don't understand where they got that. Like, you don't normally think of Amish and sugar stuff.
Mary said if we let her join us for the dinner with Ian when we do the grilled peaches, which would probably be on the weekend anyway, she said, I can bring the peaches from the farmer's market.
Find a farmer's market. I think there's a couple around here.
There's one at the police station. Yeah, it's on Thursdays. Ooh, truly, caprese salad. Try it. I love it. Ian said, yes, please. That whole menu sounds so good.
Puts the menu down. Yes.
Yes. Quiltessa said, you've got enough starches. A broccoli slaw, salad, or other veggies are good. Listen to her bring a reason to our dinner. Listen, we just want the ham and starch.
Trying to live forever?
Dessert, strawberry pie. D. Adams wants to know, what is Amish potato salad?
Sweet potato salad. It's just sweet and yellow usually.
Teresa said, I have never heard of grilled peaches. I never did until I met Jason either.
Grilled peaches, grilled pineapple, you can grill anything. It's just a matter of, it breaks it down and it puts that smoky taste in it.
Oh, Mary said, sorry, I wasn't inviting myself to dinner. Oh, come on. You were going to come anyway because I was going to, if you come out, it's going to be on a Saturday. You're fine. You'll be out here anyway, I'm sure.
She Jedi mind tricked you. And apologize for it.
No. I think she's yeah. What I Mary, you are always welcome. Like you don't have to invite yourself. You just show up. That's what family does. Rolene says it's pronounced caprese. Okay, sure, sounds good. If I can't pronounce it, I'm not making it. I'm sorry, I'm teasing. Sponge cake. Ooh, we could do strawberry shortcake.
I don't know. I'm just gonna eat that stuff, that marshmallowy stuff. That
Oh, the ambrosia salad. Yeah.
I'm just because I like that. I like that when Mom makes it.
Donna said she can't do grilled fruit.
What do you mean you can't do grilled fruit? It's just fruit. They got
Grilled.
Like, it's not like are you allergic? Like, do you break out in hives? Well, what do you mean? Like, I don't understand. I can't do it.
I think she can. Log cabin. You might check the width of fabric needed for logs. Jelly roll might require you to cut 2.5 inches down to 1.5 inches, and that will be wasteful and time consuming. I've made log cabins with 2.5 inch strips. It just gives you a bigger block with bigger stripes. I have a barbecue. Oh gosh, now here comes Mary. I can bring a cheesecake.
Are we doing a bun for Sunday?
Yeah, but we should do a carrot cake bun, which they're probably going to be sold out of. So if they are, then we won't worry about it.
I'll try to buy one tomorrow. I actually was going to go in there, but for some reason the honey bake place opens at 9, and then the bun place opens at 9:30. So I would had to hung around for 20 minutes. It's like I'm not doing it. I don't care how good that. I don't care how good that creamy stuff when they put on the cake is.
They want us to do a tutorial when we grill the peaches. Jason's going to start his own channel.
Now there's pressure. I'll have to practice like 2 or 3 times to see if I get it right. Gonna be a lot of peaches eaten.
We're going to make a YouTube channel for Jason, and we're going to call it Cooking on a Real Grill.
Cooking on a real grill.
And you're not gonna see his face. You're just gonna hear his voice, and you're just gonna see the food on the grill, and that's it. He's just gonna be like, all right, this is how you grill the peaches. You take a peach, you put it on the grill, and then that's
the end.
the end. Done.
I'll probably get canceled.
You'll have negative 5,000 subscribers.
That will only be interesting if my voice sounded like Morgan Freeman.
Oh, Flat Jenny could do it.
Flat Jenny. What is that thing you do?
Where is Flat Jenny? She's over on that table. You put the peach on the grill. We gotta be careful. Flat Jenny might catch on fire. Oh.
Peach juice on her.
Oh, that might be good. Anne Marie said we could call your channel Jason's Grill. Can we get a picture of you and then do like a grill on your mouth when you're smiling? That would be fun. No? Okay. No? I thought it was funny. He's looking at me like I'm stupid. It's a look that looks like this.
When you said that, it got close to the property T-shirt that you wanted me to wear.
Oh!
But not there. But it got close to there. Like there's a stereotype. I like pushed it that way. So yeah, there's that.
Julie said that your channel can be cooking on the grill, and the voice can be from the Swedish chef. No words, just the whole time, just be like, burger.
I think.
And then we'll put like text on there to translate what it really means. Cut peach, put on grill.
I don't know. I'd hate for the Muppets to come up and cancel me and
Oh.
me up or whatever, and just show up at my door. Well, who you been talking?
Animal comes in the house. Ah!
Batman! Batman! That's all I need.
D. Adams says, y'all be living the stereotypes. Oops. I was just thinking, like, oh, whatever. I don't know. Because the other one was like a grill of a car, or just, I guess the channel art could just be a picture of the beast, the charcoal grill. We had a gas grill. It was a gas grill, right?
Yeah.
We had a gas grill when we lived in Arlington. His dad bought it for him for Father's Day several years ago, before Zoe was even born, I think, or right after, something like that. And we used it 1 year, maybe 2, and it got to be a hassle to change out the gas. And it just got to the point where we didn't use it, and then the thing got rusted out. And so when we moved, I think you got rid of it before we even moved.
Yeah, the guy up the street, there was one of the neighbors up the street actually took it and turned it into a smoker.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. So we gave it to one of the neighbors. They turned it into a smoker. That's cool. That's what we want to invest in this year, is a smoker attachment for the grill that we have.
Oh yeah, attachment to
Yeah.
do that. I wouldn't do a whole smoker on its own. I'm not into it that much.
Well, this house has a deck off the family room, and we haven't really done anything with the deck. It does have some built-in seating around it, so you can sit out there. But we wanted to get a grill, and we talked about, do we want a gas one or whatever, and he's like, I'm not doing gas grill ever again. What's the point in having a gas? What did you say? What's the point? And that wasn't your voice. I'm sorry. He was like, what's the point of having a gas grill? Because you could just cook it inside on the stove.
Yeah.
It defeats the point of cooking outside. So I was like, okay.
Unless you could go through the hassle. You could go and buy like the cedar chips and some like the cedar blocks and stuff that you put in there and things like that. But
Yep.
no, I wanted to go charcoal this time, and I don't mind it.
Yep. I like it. He does a lot of cooking with cast iron skillets and pots, like almost exclusively with just cast iron. And so what the neat thing is when we do the salmon, he has this really big cast iron. It's not a skillet, it's a pan, right?
I don't know what it's.
I don't know what. It doesn't have a
It's
handle.
I think it's called a fried chicken pan.
Oh, fried chicken pan.
Your mom gave it to me.
My mom gave it to him. So it's big. So when he's doing the salmon, he'll put butter and lemon in there and sweet peppers and sometimes pineapple, and puts a big thing of salmon on top of all the veggies. He'll cook them down a little bit, but then puts the salmon on there, and then just picks up the whole pan and carries it outside and puts it in on the rack on the charcoal grill. And then we have salmon and veggies and some white rice for dinner.
When we get that smoker. Just take a lot longer.
Yeah. Well, then when we get the smoker, we can do some ribs. We can do some we can have like a proper barbecue. That'd be nice. Like barbecue, like the pulled pork, like a pork shoulder.
You got high aspirations. Those playing.
Yeah, we can hear our daughter playing music. She tinkers with the keyboard, the saxophone. I haven't heard her play the violin lately, but she plays on the saxophone. She plays on her piano frequently. And she's got this one, she's getting both hands down on the piano, and she's got this one song that she's been working on. And it's starting to sound really good, but it's also really eerie, because it's like an eerie circus song. It's like, I don't remember how it goes, but when you're walking up the stairs at 10 o'clock at night, and this is just like jamming from her bedroom, you're like, oh man, something's going to jump out from under the bed tonight. It's freaky. Oh, we can start a new channel for just the two of us, Grilling and Quilting with Jason and Becca.
I don't know if those two things go together.
I mean, maybe not. I don't know. Heather said, stop it. Now I want ribs. Teresa said a fresh fruit plate is easy, or a veggie plate with dip. I like that idea. When you finish the block, do they all have to be the same size? No, not necessarily. I'm going to do another one of these, but probably not on the live stream. I might sit here and sew a little bit while I'm watching Donna's live. So you'll want to tune in on Tuesday to see what I did, because I'm going to kind of talk about this a little bit on Tuesday. When you end up putting them together, they'll just kind of be askew and wonky. You can square them up before you put them together too. I don't really know how I'm going to do it. I think right now I'm just going to concentrate on making blocks, and then when I go to join them together, I'll figure out what I want to do. Grilling and quilting, they do go together. Does Zoe ever sew with you?
No.
No. Zoe used to watch until she was about 5, maybe 6. She had an interest. But Zoe gets it in her head that she knows, and she's always been this way. She knows how it's supposed to go, and she doesn't want to accept any. She's better now, but she doesn't want to accept help or direction from anybody else at all. And she used to watch My Little Ponies, and there was a pony on My Little Pony who liked to sew. And for whatever reason, Zoe always wanted to make a scarf. Like, that's all she ever wanted to do. And so she'd want to sit down here and sew, but I couldn't get her to understand that when you were trying to build fabric together, you had to put them pretty sides together and sew along the edge. Really what she wanted to do was more quilting style, where she's just seeing the stitches go over it. So she would be at the machine and she would kind of be like, she'd want to move the fabric around a little bit. So she did that for a little while, but she never really showed an interest to do much else with it. It's sad, because I would love to sew with her. I'd love to quilt with her, and I think this is a medium where she could get really expressive. She just hasn't shown an interest yet. I will say though, she has shown an interest in picking out fabric for things she wants me to make. So a couple of days ago, she came downstairs and she was like, Mom, it's warm outside. I need a purse or something to put my phone in. Could you just make me a little bag with a long strap so I can wear it across my body, so I put my phone in it while I'm outside on the swing? And so I whipped something up. I had her pick out the fabric and I whipped something up pretty quickly. Joycelyn says, make whatever you want. Your family will love it. They will. And if they don't, they'll tell me.
So she likes to wear a bandolier.
Yeah.
So, you sure she's not part Wookiee?
She's my daughter. Of course she's part Wookiee.
You cheating on me?
No, she's my daughter. I'm the Wookiee. Wendy says, let her meander on the long arm. I do. That I've actually talked to Jason about. So she wanted me to buy her this thing on Amazon. So we got it for her. She thought it was going to be like a big quilt, and it wasn't. It was like a silk screen type of fabric that was serged around the ends, and it was meant to be like a fabric poster that hung up. And she was really disappointed when she got it, because she wanted it to be a quilt. So she brought it downstairs. She was like, Mom, can you make this a quilt? And I said, okay. So I took this polyester fabric and I added some grunge black borders around it to grow the size a little bit. And then I put the layers together, and I told Jason I put on the long arm. I told Jason I was going to make her stitch it, and then I just never did. I just got it done. But it's in the back of my head. Like, I would like her to come in and just play on the long arm, because I think she can draw. She's what side of the brain is the artsy creative side? Or whatever side it is. She is like 90% that and 10% logic. Like the math and all that other stuff, like the math and the science and whatever, she'll pass, but it's a struggle for her. But the creative side just comes so naturally to her. It's like she writes really good stories. She's playing her saxophone now. She plays a lot of music. She draws. She can paint. She's so creative.
She's playing Pink Panther.
Yeah, she's playing. Oh, and we just found this out. She is really into swing and jazz music, which I love, because I love big band music.
We listened to the Andrews sisters going up the road to school.
Yep, she really likes the Andrew
And she
sisters.
listened to Frank.
Frank Sinatra. Well, that's not swing or big band,
Yeah,
but
she
it's
listens to
like
Frank.
old. She likes like that old school music. She's upstairs playing the Pink Panther right now. She has she's messing around with playing by ear. She plays the Jurassic Park theme song. Figured that out by ear. I don't know. I'm very proud of her. I'm very proud. I'd be proud of her even if she was good at if she wasn't good at math. Like she's my daughter. I love her. I'm proud of her no matter what she does. Anyway. Oh, Jean says she would probably do great with couching and variegated thread. Watergate salad is good. That's what your mom's making. Watergate salad, not ambrosia salad. It's Watergate salad. I think that's a great idea. Maybe I'll get some. I need to get her interested in it. She's the type of person that she expects to be really good at something when she picks it up. And if she's not good the first time, it disappoints her. But I feel that way sometimes. And I think a lot of us tend to. We get it in our head what something is going to look like or be like when it's done. And when it doesn't meet that expectation when we're finished, we tend to get a little disappointed. So I think that's a real thing.
Yeah, Mrs. You paint it.
Oh, I've told them that story. Jason took me on one of our first dates. We were dating for not even a year. He took me to a pottery painting place, and I had it in my head that I was going to make this cute little teapot. It was a 3-piece thing. The bottom part was a cup, and then the teapot with the lid sat on top of it, and it just made a cup of tea. And I loved this thing. And I pulled it down, and I decided I was going to paint it. And in my head, I had an idea for how I wanted it to look with the colors and the texture and everything. But as I was applying paint to the pottery piece, the paint was drying and looked almost white. And I was getting frustrated with it to the point where I didn't want to do it anymore. And Jason was just telling me, just relax. It's going to look fine. Nothing that anybody does here comes out looking horribly. Just trust the process. And I got really frustrated with him. I think I probably said some very unkind words, turned it in, came back the next week. I didn't like the color because I added too many different shades of green to it, but it did look really good. And no, I don't have it to show you anymore because Justice broke it. I liked that teapot.
It was shiny.
It was shiny. It was shiny. So anywho, that is it for tonight. It is 10 p.m. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here because I'm going to go hang out with the husband a little bit. I'm probably going to make some more wonky log cabin blocks. I love the way this is looking. It's imperfect. It's perfectly imperfect. Make sure to tune into the vlog on Tuesday and you'll see a little bit more of what these look like. Hopefully I'll have at least another one to show you. Thank you, friends, for hanging out. If you hang on for just a couple of minutes, the live stream will dump you out over at Donna's, who is live, and I think she's doing the kickoff of her tiger. So I will see you in the chat over there. Bye. Hey, where's my mouse? Make my mouse work. Come on, mouse, work. Good night, friends.